Good morning, everybody. It's Josh here. I'm sitting at work, just getting ready to do my work thing, but I was just inspired to make this video after listening to this Manly P. Hall lecture that he spoke of the solar system and basically well, you may know it as above, so below, or fractal patterns within nature. Everything's circular. I was speaking about this yesterday, how everything is in cycles, and the idea is that everything wants to go back to its root. And he was talking about this idea that nature expresses itself through humanity, and since we have consciousness, we assume that nature has consciousness as well. So basically that we figure since we're conscious, nature must be intelligent in order to make us conscious. Now, of course, not everybody thinks this. This is a certain line of thinking, but it's one that I subscribe to. That nature has a consciousness we don't understand. It's not conscious in the way that we're conscious. And the problem with being a human is that the only way we can interpret something is in the way that we know it. So we can't quite understand even how other cultures do the things they do, let alone why a superior intelligence would do the things it does. And we try really hard to try to put a finger on what that higher power is. I find it fruitless endeavor that will take people their entire lives and still never find the answers. We're not designed to find what God is or what intelligence is, if there is universal intelligence. But the idea that Hall was speaking about was that nature is creating intelligence in order to bring itself to a degree of knowledge, and then to bring itself back into itself. In other words, nature wants to go back to its root. And the way I see this is an explosion of, say, the Big Bang, whatever you might want to call it, whatever has happened out there. You have this explosion of life across the universe. And if the only goal for it is to reach its original point of origin, you see, then I don't understand that line of thinking. In other words, you wouldn't tear a stereo apart and then put it back together just so you could have it together. All the components were always there to start. And that's the way I feel about the universe. That if the universe is really run by an omnipotent force, let's say, an all-knowing force or energy, then everything that we experience today and everything that we know today was already known before the universe was created. In other words, are we discovering new things for the universal intelligence? Is the universal mind feeling itself out through humanity? I think that's kind of an arrogant view, and one that a lot of humans hold, that the universe wants to express itself through us. But I believe it's true. I just don't understand the capacity of how it works. We are an expression of the almighty whatever, I don't put God on it. I don't put a religion on it. It's just this force, this all-pervasive energy that is entwined within everything. And it's funny, people, you think that the more science that we discover, the more we'll be able to explain why things happen the way they happen. And the reality is, all the science has brought us is more questions about how things should happen, or why things happen. And yeah, it's a pretty crazy world, isn't it? Guess it's time to go to work.